stop asking me the same questions 50 million times. Okay, really, when I'm live on stream, it is a constant flow of the same questions over and over and over. So let's go over the most popular ones right now. They could be current events, they could just be anything. There's a lot happening in pro wrestling right now, and if you don't know a lot about me, I don't focus on things that I don't know anything about. I'm not gonna act like I work for a corporation or that I work backstage or that I know things that I don't know. I also vet my sources, and I don't believe anything without having it confirmed first. Take a page out of that book. It's very, very important. Okay, topic of the week so far was the current releases that happened, or the most recent releases. R-Truth, Ron Killings was let go. Well, he was released. He was released, but they're not renewing his contract. I had a lot of people argue with me on stream about what it exactly was, but Truth himself said that he was being released. I don't make content about releases typically. I don't usually discuss them in length because at the end of the day, it is sad when someone is losing their job. It is sad when someone that has such veteran status at the company is losing their job and not going to be there anymore for any reason. I have seen the reports. I have seen some people say that he was offered a lower amount of money and he didn't take it. I actually have not confirmed that. I don't know. Regardless, if there's any good to come out of it, it's knowing that R-Truth is loved. He made a huge impact on not only pro wrestling, but the WWE locker room. It has been really, really cool to see the different talent talking about him and posting old pictures and videos of their time with him. And I hope nothing but the best for R-Truth in the future with whatever he does, because he is super talented. And he's just a good dude. He's just a nice dude because he's interacted with my stuff and he's been nothing but kind to me. And I always appreciate that from the people that I watch on TV. Another one, John Cena. How do you feel about John Cena's current heel run? I don't mind it. I like it. I know that I see a lot of the people screaming in microphones about how it's a wasted opportunity and they could be doing so much better and blah, 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 blah. And I think that that can be said for damn near anything. Anything can be better. Anything could be viewed as better. Anything could be angled better. But again, I don't work there. I don't know how creative works. I don't know how booking works. Clearly you don't know, obviously. So yeah, leave me alone. Thus far, I've been entertained. I don't know where it's headed. And that's the biggest thing that I always try to tout is I don't know where the direction goes. I try to keep as much of an open mind as I can because I am aware of the fact that there are things and possible end games that I don't know about and hopefully that I don't see coming. I really, really hate the superiority complex that we've somehow conjured up in pro wrestling and in the pro wrestling space, where when someone like me exists and just wants to view and observe and hope for the best and talk about things in a specific way, it's not right, or I don't know shit, or I'm just doing this for views, or I'm just doing it for that, as if one, it fucking matters. We have this epidemic of needing to be right and feeling so superior, telling people when they're wrong. I'm so tired of being told what to do and what to think. I can think the way that I want to, and if I like John Cena's run, I like John Cena's run. Cool if I don't know anything, I don't care. 3, how do you feel about the amount of PLEs, pay-per-view events that WWE is doing? It's a lot. It's a lot. It's hard to focus on, especially in the summertime when we all have a lot of other things going on. A lot of us have birthday parties, graduation parties, just needing to exist in general. As a streamer, I've been doing this almost full-time since 2023, and I have really run myself into the ground trying to do events and evolve and do different things. And so I need a break, and there isn't one. It's just a constant flow of things constantly happening. Not only that, but it's expensive trying to get to a lot of these if I want to go. So you kind of have to pick and choose what events you actually want to go to. Another one, do you watch AEW? Currently, no. I keep up with what's happening in AEW. I like AEW. The thing about it is I work my other job as a hairstylist Wednesdays and Thursdays, currently from 9 to 8. I usually don't get home till after 9 o'clock. And my week is so packed, I don't have a lot of free time that I don't want to get right home from one job and just start watching wrestling. I'm usually trying to do something else, or I don't know, having dinner. So I don't watch it regularly anymore. Another thing is they put on amazing pay-per-views. There's not a single AEW pay-per-view I've watched and have not enjoyed, but a lot of the time those are on Sundays, and Sundays I don't stream, and I try to keep them as a day for myself. So if you're looking for an answer of, oh, well, she doesn't like AEW, no, I do like AEW. I think it's great that it exists. I think it needs to exist. I think that the people that are there there are incredibly talented, and I think it's nice to have another, and I think it's great to have another option. There's multiple other options, but that one obviously gets the most flack because of internet and exposure. Real quick, Mount Rushmore, favorite wrestler, all of those kinds of real generic questions that you get a lot. Again, I've been doing this for years. It's a question that gets asked. I tend to just ignore it now. But if you want an answer, the real and honest one is sometimes that I don't know, and it's ever evolving. I can't just easily break that down into something so simple. I can't just say, oh, this is my GOAT, because GOAT of what? There are various different things that matter. Mic, in-ring, blah, 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 blah. Like, I was just talking on stream last night about this. Not just someone, there's multiple people that want to come at me on a daily basis that are saying how Jey Uso isn't even good, he's bad champion, he's not even this, he's not even this. And it's just kind of like, where is this dictionary definition of what a professional wrestler is supposed to be, or what a successful professional wrestler is supposed to be? You don't think he is a good champion. You don't think that, and the answer is always, well, he's not even good in the ring. First of all, wrong. Have you been in one? For the most part, no. No, really. People that say that, they've never done it. Their buddy that works for that one promotion down the road, they took a bump one time, and so they feel like they have the right to talk about these people in this way, and they don't. But there's so much more to a pro wrestler as a spectator that is alluring. And if you can't see that, I feel bad. I feel bad for you. There's so much more than just being able to do stuff in the ring, because a lot of the time, some of that shit doesn't matter if you don't connect with an audience, or if you don't have something to say or something to tell. I saw this tweet that Joaquin Wilde put out, and I think it kind of encompassed it awesome, not just for pro wrestlers, but just anyone in general, whether it be a content creator or someone in entertainment. It's basically a story of how he tells everyone at FCW at that time how he came from a music background, and how having that background made it easier for him to come to wrestling and have an identity. And someone speaks up and says, well, what if we are coming to this and we don't have another backstory other than we just really love professional wrestling and we want to be a wrestler? And he said, well, he's like, and I have to pull it up because I want to get the quote right, but he says, truth says, then that's your story, but it's not that interesting, because everyone has that story. And it's kind of, dig deeper. What is it about? What is it? Okay, you're a good wrestler. What else? Oh, you're a good content creator. What else? What is the backbone of you? What makes you you? And I could say that same thing when anyone asks for advice on how to be a content creator. It's more than just sitting here and spouting some things at you. Be you. It's social media. You're supposed to be social. That's been my favorite thing about building my community, is that you guys know probably too much about me at this point. But there's layers to it. You're going to sit there and tell me that Jey Uso's not a good champion, or he's not a good wrestler, when he is able to invoke that kind of reaction in a full arena. You've got grown men and women flailing their arms up and down with their kids, saying yeet, which in any other world that might be kind of corny, but it's wrestling and we love it. You're going to tell me that that's not talent, or that there's not something to that? That's charisma, that's talent, that's engagement. Believe it or not just anybody can do that or incite that kind of reaction. That was a whole tangent, but basically, I don't really have Rushmores or anything like that. I don't answer them. If you'd have to give me something really specific. And then probably the other biggest thing that is getting asked currently has a lot to do with TKO, the WWE merger, commercialism, and on all of those kinds of topics. And again, I will never sit here and act like I understand that or know anything about it, because truthfully, I don't. Do the ads and everything on the ring and whatnot bother me? No, I don't pay attention to that. I don't care about that. I think that's kind of a frivolous, silly thing to just complain about. Ads exist for a reason, whatever, what have you. Was I irritated about the commercials? Because before I got a VPN, I had to watch all of the commercials. In a world full of plot twists, surprises, and sudden cash-ins, only one VPN holds the briefcase of ultimate protection. It's Money in the Bank season, and while we're all wondering who's gonna cash in, I'm already holding the real briefcase that protects everything. SURFSHARK VPN. Look, whether you're flying to the O2 in London or watching the latter chaos from your couch, public Wi-Fi is like a fatal four-way for your personal data. Hackers, trackers, and sketchy apps, everyone wants a piece of you. SURFSHARK puts all of that in a sealed cage. Your data locked down tighter than Roman Reigns' title reign. Let's talk about content censorship. On US TV, we're getting cut to ads right when Damian Priest is about to explain why he might cash in. But with SURFSHARK, I can switch my virtual location and stream the international feed. No interruptions, no edits, and no missed Money in the Bank teases. And here's a main event feature. SURFSHARK works on unlimited devices. That means my phone, my laptop, my tablet, even the smart TV in the hotel with the weird remote, all protected. Because let's be real, Money in the Bank cash-ins can happen anytime, and I need to be ready on every screen. Also, bonus match on the card, SURFSHARK Antivirus. It blocks malware, removes digital junk, and protects you from shady download links like Money in the Bank Full Match HD 2025 Real Not Fake. Don't fall for that classic internet swerve. So don't wait for someone to cash in on you. Use my link Wheezy for 4 extra months of SURFSHARK VPN, and plus there's a 30-day money-back guarantee. No disqualifications. SURFSHARK VPN, the only briefcase worth cashing in on. And that was super frustrating because I was missing out on segments that people in other countries got to see, and I didn't quite understand that. But again, it's just contracts and how network things work. You know, I can make all of the assumptions that I want. It doesn't help me or anybody else. Do I see certain things happening that I'm unsure about? Maybe, yeah. But I would rather hear it from someone that actually knows, someone that's actually there, rather than someone that's just speculating. You know, we go through these ebbs and flows with wrestling where there's really high highs and really low lows. And right now, it's super volatile because I feel like every comment section that I see or every tweet that I'm doing, it's just this badgering of WWE is going to shit. They're ruining WWE. They're doing this, they're doing that. And I don't necessarily feel like anything is being ruined. It's just, it's different. And I honestly kind of wonder sometimes how long some of these people have been fans. You know, is it real old heads that don't like any change at all? Or is it new people that hopped on board shortly before WrestleMania 40 and this is their first ebb and flow that they've ever experienced? Because the landscape of wrestling is not linear. It never has been. It never will be. There's a lot of changes. There's a lot of things that happen, and you can't expect a whole company to come over and help change things and things not be different. They're going to be. Is that always a bad thing? No. Are there bad things that can happen and that maybe you don't like? Yeah. Was it a little frustrating for someone like me who has an audience, does primarily wrestling content, going to WrestleMania and not seeing any wrestling creators, the people that were with Netflix or on the red carpet or anything like that? Yeah, that sucks and it hurts your feelings a bit. Anyone that was there was working with a different brand, and you know what, we did the damn thing and we got ourselves there. But you know, when you bring in other people that don't know the product and are having them work with the company and get to be in the ring and do all these cool things, it does suck, because I understand that they maybe have a bigger follower count, but you're not understanding the engagement part of it. You're not understanding that in 2025, a follower count doesn't necessarily mean a whole lot. It's the engagement and the way that the algorithm works. And so when you understand that and you're seeing somebody else not, it's frustrating. I put my heart and soul into being a creator, and I want it really badly. And it's been quite a ride. So celebrities getting to be on the show that have outwardly talked shit about wrestling in the past, you know, people can change their minds. I totally get it, but it's frustrating. It's frustrating. But is it going to be the end all be all of me deciding that I'm not watching wrestling anymore? No. I'm still going to watch wrestling. I'm still going to tune into wrestling. I get more generic things of people asking stuff like, am I married? What's your favorite tattoo? All of those kinds of things. And, you know, I don't have one. I am married. I like lava lamps. I have blonde hair. No, I'm not naturally blonde really anymore. But I want you guys to be able to have some more just normal conversations. Just conversate with people. Let go of this fucking rubric of this is the way that things need to be and this is the way that things need to be discussed. And if you like discussing it that way, cool. But there's more than one way to do something, and just because someone likes to approach things differently doesn't make it wrong. Anyway, thanks for coming to my random TED Talk this evening. Please make sure you're subscribed on this channel and on my Patreon, where I have extra exclusive content. I'm also on Instagram, where my reaction clips are, and I do still have a TikTok, but they don't like me anymore. I stream every Monday and Friday for Raw and SmackDown, and I'll be doing some other things that are outside of the desk very, very soon, so please stay tuned for that. Take care, guys. Be good people. Think about what I said, all right? See you in the next one.